Yo, what's good, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Look, I know it's been a minute since we dropped some content. Haven't seen y'all since last Sunday, but been a busy week, busy schedule. Sorry about that. Got upcoming shows though. Definitely dropping this show here for you. Then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna have our Saturday matchup right before the blackout. That's gonna be dope. Then of course we're gonna be streaming the Eagles and Green Bay game. But I just want to tell everybody, for those that celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving. Those that don't, look, enjoy your day with your family. You know, we're not going to get into specifics. We know some celebrate holidays, some don't. Everybody entitled to their own beliefs or what have you. So we're not going to get into that. We just shouting out everybody and hope everybody have a wonderful day, man. Looking forward to it. And we're going to get in it. We're going to talk about some of this Colts stuff. We're going to talk about upcoming game with the little men and the cowgirls. They're going to be playing. I think whoever lose might be in trouble and not able to win a division. But with that said, we're going to get ready and we're going to get the show started. All right.
Yeah, I'm coming for the top. You should know that before I even lace them up. Until I get it, put this work in non-stop. So if you slacking, then get ready, lose your spot. Lose your spot, boy, I'm coming for the top. Before you had the crowd noise, before I made the team on, put the uniform on. Before the lights and arenas, commercial shop for sneakers.
All right. Let's get it popping. It's blackout week, y'all. It is blackout week. So that's what's up. But anywho, let's get right into it, man. So as you seen, I had posted when I wasn't on the screen. You can see it. Eagles won 17-16 to the Colts last week. So they're 9-1 now. Getting ready to get into this stretch one, which is supposed to be the difficult part. And for those that don't know, the Cowgirls have the easiest schedule the rest of the way, while the Eagles' schedule ranked fourth in the league. So now we get to talk about their schedule, since everybody wanted to gripe about our schedule. So guess what? Y'all getting ready to hit the easy walk, and let's see how you do. We all know Cowgirls crumble under pressure. Just keeping it 100. We all know that. They always seem to mess it up at the end of the year, every year, where they get in and it's one and done. All right. So we shall see. Now, for the Birds, a couple things. I want to chop it up and I want to talk about how they barely escaped. Okay, we're going to keep it real. Barely escaped the game, got out of it. But you know what? I'm taking the W. It was a W. I'm taking the win. If it was a Super Bowl game, nobody cared that you barely made it. They're going to say you won a Super Bowl. Plain and simple. All right. So it's about winning the game. Same college. We don't care about the style points. It's the NFL. It don't matter. Any team can be beaten any given day. Hey, the Colts beat the Chiefs. So, and everybody talk about how good they are. All right. So it is what it is. Also, they had a top 10 defense in the league. Jalen Hurts showed his leadership skills and was able to drive the team down and get the W. So that's what matters. All right, now let's dive in and talk about some of the pluses and minuses of this game in particular. Okay, um, so with this game here on the defensive side, all right, it was just horrible, man. It was just horrible on. Well, excuse me, the game wasn't horrible overall, but that first drive was horrible. So I was just sitting there like, all right, Gannon, what are we doing, man? Are we back to this foolishness again? Um, where we're gonna let them just drive right down the field on us. But it didn't happen. So they end up tightening up and end up making it a tough game on the Colts offense, or for the Colts offense, I should say. And they end up slowing him up, and so he didn't even Jonathan Taylor didn't even run for 100 yards. Didn't get 100 yards rushing. So good job. The Dominican Sue and Linval Joseph definitely paid off big time. Man, shout out to them guys, because how in the world are you able to not be playing all year long? I'm sure they had to be doing some kind of working out, because they came in pretty good shape and filled in and helped us out tremendously. I can only see this getting better. I think we're going to end up with a problem with who are we going to have out there on certain downs. And if you ask me, I feel like this. Those that play and perform, that's who needs to be out there. If you ain't pass rushing right, then get up out of there. But just the thoughts of when it comes to pass rushing downs, Brandon Graham got to be out there, because he always seemed to make a play. I mean, ever since the Super Bowl. I mean, even last week, that sack was crucial. The timing was crucial. But all the way back to when the Super Bowl, Brandon Graham gets timely sacks. That's a player that when the game's on the line is out there to play and make a play. He got to be out there. I would definitely have Sue out there on pass rushing. You know why? Because it gives you a run stopper and D tackle for draws, and it also give you a guy that can pass rush. I would be swapping out Hargrave and Fletch on those pass rushing downs is who's going to be out there, and whoever's hot is who I'm riding with. Sorry, Fletch, but them boys is ready to roll when it comes to pass rushing. All right, and then on the other edge, you mix it up between Josh Sweat, Quinn, Hassan, and Sweat. Sweat. That's what it is. I mean, and if you're rushing 5, then all right. Then you put Sweat out there to help out, and then you flip it up between Hassan and Quinn, or whatever you want to do there. Quinn has not performed yet. Didn't really play much last game. I don't think it was. So I don't know what the ordeal is there, but I do believe having these guys in that middle is going to help out, and that's why I said I think Dominican Sue should definitely be in there with pass rushing. His short stint last year with the Bucks, he had 6 sacks. Came in this game already, him and Linval Joseph got a half a sack, So they're coming in, ready to play. And that's how I would do it with that defensive line, straight up. Run time, we already know. Linval in there. Man, you'll mess around and see me out that joint. If we're going to run a 5-man line against the run, I would have Linval out that joint, Sue, and daggone Davis, okay? And then on the edges, you got your pass rushers or linebackers, however you want to do that. But I would definitely have them up there. You know what I mean? Because we already know that Cox and daggone Cox and Hargrave, they're not run stoppers. We know that, okay? Had their moments. But got to give credit to Hargrave Fletcher Cox. He did step up. Since we had the new guys in there, he did step up a little bit. So that was pretty good. Praise, I'm talking praise. shout out to them guys for doing their thing out there. Now, Gannon, this is where I need you to figure out what you want to do, bud, because I was not pleased with some of the passing situations. Josiah Scott got to go. I don't think he's it. Lack of communication at times. The big plays that was done, it was Josiah Scott. Teams are about to target Josiah Scott because Gannon won't adjust and get somebody else in that slot, or get Scott out of where he's going to be in a bad position. He got beat a couple times. No communication on the pick routes. That's how the Indianapolis made the plays that they did make. Some of them pick routes, and lack of recognition by Josiah Scott hurt the team. So if you go back and you just take a look at it, those big plays, man, it was all with Josiah Scott, and then also too Gannon not having safeties down a little closer, and making sure that we understanding concepts. You know, when they got those receivers in that bunch, you know, sometimes they have two and they have it like next to, right, real close to each other. Then you got your outside guys. So, and they're using that, and there's no communication, which I feel like if Maddox was in there, we definitely would be better there. But we're not going to have him for a few more weeks. So that definitely needs to be cleaned up. But we need somebody else in that space. Okay. So that's that. You know, with these tight ends, I would like to see our linebackers doing a better job with these tight ends. Again, Gannon got to put us in the right spot. So we want to see what's going to happen there. But, you know, some things just went down. Some things just changed up. You know what I'm saying? So now they hired on the Colts former offensive coordinator to supposedly help Jonathan Gannon. Gannon needs help. Okay. Now picture that. You got Jonathan Gannon who needs help. So we shall see how that works out. All right. He's supposed to actually give him ways that teams can defeat our offense, and helping him understand and identify certain things. So we're going to see how that play out. I like the idea because they understanding that Gannon just is lost at times and have a hard time adjusting. He just sticks with his scheme and feel like his scheme is it. And that's what we got to run with. No, Gannon, I need you to be able to adapt. I need you to be able to adjust, man. Come playoff time, bro, it's going to be real. And we got to be ready. One team I'm looking at, and I'm honestly feeling like, they're going to be blazing hot, and they're going to definitely test us. So these few weeks should be practice. I mean, it's a real game, but practice for us to being ready for the run, because them 49ers, I don't think Dallas is beating them. I don't think the Giants is beating them. Minnesota is not going to beat them. Minnesota, when you get physical with Minnesota, they're not going to make it. So it's going to be, I honestly think it's going to be Philly and the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. That's my pick. That's what I'm thinking it's going to be. I know someone will say, "Oh, you're being biased. How you feel? The Cowboys don't have a chance. We can get pressure." Well, y'all lost to them last year, and I go with Christian McCaffrey now. Y'all probably going to lose to them again because Dallas is at the bottom of the league when it comes to stopping the run. So while everybody talks about us, look the statistics up. They're like number 30. So today, with them facing the New York Giants, the Giants have Saquon Barkley. If the Giants run well enough to get Dallas where they can't just pass rush, then they may stand a chance. But the Giants, I don't know if I really trust you after the Lions game, or maybe y'all was just overlooking them getting ready for this game. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a big game in the division. I really feel like whoever loses this game is probably going to be out of the division hunt. That's going to give them 2 losses within the division, either way you look at it, because Giants lost to Dallas lost to Philly. So somebody's going to have 2 losses in the division. I think that's going to hurt your chances on a run, unless the other teams at the top decides they're going to falter along the way. But with everyone's schedule that's left over for the rest of the year, and let's face it, NFC East does not have a lot of real big impactful games outside of whoever plays the Titans. But you can be had. Green Bay, we saw it. They beat Dallas. So Philly can't go into that game thinking it's a walk in the park. Philly can't they got to be ready, and they got to be hungry, and they got to play. So we getting ready for Blackout. This Sunday evening, we're going to have a blackout. We're wearing all black helmets, all black unis. So that's going to be fired up. Hopefully the crowd come and it's on 1,000, 10,000, you know what I mean? So looking forward to that. We're going to be streaming it. But make sure y'all tune in Saturday for the Blackout show. So, that's our matchup show every Saturday, 6 o'clock. And we're going to get it rolling, man. We're going to have that up there. At the end of the show, we always had a segment with Mr. Mike. Little laugh and joke and funny time, but we definitely going to talk those sports. So make sure y'all tune in for that. So looking forward to that one, man. But like I said, Giants and Cowgirls, they playing today. We're going to see who separate themselves. Of course, whoever wins is going to be yappy, talking it up. You know what I mean? Giants, everybody was so glad Philly lost and they get a taste of humble pie. Well, Giants had their taste of it too. So now they got to show and prove that they can win and beat the top teams in the division, because they got to definitely beat Dallas. You can't lose to them and say you're a top team in the division. So that's big. Dallas trying to bounce back. They coming off their 40-point game against Minnesota, thinking they really did something. They on fire. Well, Eagles blew them out too. All right. Minnesota can be beat. We've shown that when we beat them. Now Dallas did it. So Minnesota have a problem because they can't beat the top teams in the NFC East right now. And that's not good. And that was with TJ Hawkinson. Again, it just goes to show Kirk Cousins under pressure, man. He don't do well. And that's the two things that we was able to do when it comes to the NFC East teams, with Dallas getting pressure on Kirk Cousins, Philly getting pressure on Kirk Cousins, and everything else is shut down. So we're going to see, looking forward to that game. You also today got the Bills and the Lions, so we're going to see what happens there. I don't think the Lions is going to be able to slow the Bills down like that. I think the Bills is going to have a good game. Lions going to play hard. Now, if the Bills don't come ready, they might get smacked in the mouth, but I think the Lions win streak ends today. I picked the Bills to win that game. I think they actually win it 35-20. 35-20, a high-scoring game. I think Detroit gets some scores late to make it closer than what it seems, but I picked the Bills to win 35-20 on that game. Giants and Dallas. I don't know, man. Heads or tails, you pick. Heads or tails, tell me. I think that I'm gonna go with the Giants. I think Cowgirls come off that high win, their high horse. I think they're gonna have a hard time against the run. I think Giants is going to give them, I think Saquon going to have between 35 to 40 rushes today, and that's what's going to help them win that game in a close battle. And that Giants do what they always do, pull it out in the end and beat the Cowgirls, and then they're going to split. That's what I feel like is going to happen. And Cowgirls is going to be in trouble because somebody's about to be 3 games behind Philadelphia unless they lose. All right, so that's my pick on that. So now the last part that I want to talk about is that Eagles offense, man. Eagles offense, I'm blaming coaches, man. Players and coaches. I'm blaming them both. All right. So let's keep it a whole buck. You got Jalen Hurts who's playing and doing well. Okay, he's doing well. He ain't got to throw through for 300 yards to say he's performing well. This time he went back to beating you with the legs and arms. So Hurts is proving it doesn't matter one way or the other. He can beat you. Okay, just depending on what you do. Now, what I've seen with these last 2 games, while everybody hollering how close they are, yes, they have been close games. Or as you know, Washington defeated us to get the real late touchdown off of that hook and ladder crap they was doing. Other than that, it's a 5-point win. But anyway, the Eagles have not really been stopped. They're stopping themselves. I mean, proof is in the pudding if you're really being honest and watch the games. They moved the ball against Washington, turnovers. So, yes, they lost. It's on them, but that was why they didn't really score as much. Every time they get down there, it's a turnover or it's a penalty. Something that keeps points off the boards, but yet they're going up and down the field. Same thing last week, up and down the field. And, one time you're looking at a 1st and 35. That's just ridiculous. This is the NFL. You're not getting 35 yards unless somebody is a busted coverage or something like that. Again, penalties, moving the ball, and then bam, fumble. You had AJ Brown fumble. So it's like you got your quarterback doing what he's supposed to do, but guys need to focus and understand what's being done. You're going to have different defenses and different things thrown at you. Understand what's going on and be prepared and be ready. So they got to do a better job with that. Play calling. All right, there's no Dallas Goedert right now. He's hurt. Why aren't your backs involved in the ball game? Get them involved in the ball game, man. We need to see Miles Sanders getting the ball running and receiving. You got to add more pressure on the team. Then you don't want to be sitting out there and you just stuck and trying to just throw to two people. Utilize your other receivers. That was the whole thing about, the Eagles, their depth at the wide receiver position. You got 4 wide receivers that you can go to at any time. You got Pascal, you got Watkins, then you got Devontae and AJ Brown. Utilize them all. All right, if they slowing down 2 of them, you got 2 more. You got running backs. Coaches need to implement the running game more. How you have one of the best running games in the NFL, but then you don't use it. And then you want to wait until you're losing by 2+ scores to start trying to run the ball. It's a little backwards, don't you think? We need you to do better as an NFL coach, staff. Understand what you're doing out there, all right? Run the ball. Utilize your back. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. 2 times. That's a first down, right? Keep the ball moving. Don't put all that pressure on your quarterback to have to break his neck and do what he do. All right. But Jalen Hurts answering the bell. So they move on at 9-1. This Saturday, we'll talk about the Green Bay game, the blackout game. And we're going to get ready is they'll be on another primetime game. So supposedly NFL-wide, you can only be on 5 primetime games throughout the year, one team anyway. So it's been talks about they may change that rule for week 18, in case we got Philly and Giants NFC division title on the line. So that may be something. So something to look out for. We'll see what happens there because technically this would be the Eagles' 5th primetime game this Sunday. And then I'm sure the Titans, maybe not. They may not be a primetime thing. You might have to be in your area or region to be able to get that Titans and Eagles game that's coming up. That's going to be another big one. So, yeah, they're about to be tested with that run. Thank you, Linval Joseph and Dominic and Sue. Appreciate y'all coming into the building. We should be able to roll from there. So, other than that, man, for this quick recap and what's coming up and my take on what's going on, where's Miles Sanders? Coaches, let's get them involved. What are you doing? All right. But other than that, y'all enjoy y'all day. Don't be a glutton and eat too much. Nah, eat whatever, man. But most importantly, enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones. Somebody don't have a special loved one at this time of year somewhere. So, encourage and pick them up. But other than that, Philly Sports Rap, I'm your host, Tone, man. I'm out. Shout out to Hardcore Sports Network. Shout out to Cardi Blanc. Shout out to G-Man Entertainment. I appreciate all of y'all. And Extract Energy is the way to go. Got the Extract Energy over here. But, hey, man, I'll see y'all. We'll see you Saturday, the matchup show. If I'm not on somebody else's stream somewhere else the rest of this week. But for sure, Saturday, the matchup show. Each and every Saturday, 6 p.m. Tune in, all right? Appreciate everybody, man. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful holiday or Thanksgiving. Again, for those that celebrate, those that don't, you just have a wonderful day. I'm your host, Tony, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Yeah, I'm coming for the top. You should know that before I even lace them up. Until I get it, put this work in non-stop. So if you slacking, then get ready, lose your spot. Lose your spot, boy, I'm coming for the top. Before you had the crowd noise, before I made the team on, put the uniform on. Before the lights and arenas, commercial shop for sneakers, I was thinking of a way to take you all on. That grittiness that I got from the bottom, added to my talent, and for you that is a problem. Before the fame on my shoulders, I prepare for every moment. Cause I ain't trained this whole off season for mediocre. This is beast mode with that workload till it's tight. To get it right before you even pay that ticket price. I push it through the days, through the pain, through the sprains. Wonder why I look unfazed. I got ice in my veins, chill. We facing off, you know you met your match. Franchise since the draft, put the team on my back. I take it without asking, ain't no pardon me. Forever second place, cause you don't work as hard as me. I'm coming for the top.